today we have here Liz and Benjamin to share with us what are the challenges they face during this COVID time, where they are preparing for their wedding for the coming next year on somewhere February, correct? Yeah. So, first question to Ben. So, during this COVID time, right, when you are planning your wedding, right, in terms of the locations, what would be the considerations in current situation?
Okay, so disclaimer first. So basically, we are also not wedding experts, because it's also our first time going through this whole planning process.
Good to hear that. At least you're not expert.
Yeah, good thing it's the first time, right? Yeah, but I think it's a good experience so far because the COVID really threw a lot of, twists and turns inside our planning. But thank God that we have already confirmed on our venue and everything, and we realized that in retrospect, actually the place that we choose, everything, actually they facilitate quite well. So I think the first consideration that most people want to think about is the venue, right? Yeah. The venue in terms of where you want to host the wedding. Yeah. So I think like most couples, when we started out, right, we also want to look for all the most popular places, all the 5-star hotel and all that, right? But after we look at all the different packages and we factor in the COVID considerations, right, then suddenly it's not very ideal.
So that means now today all the advertisement, all the fancy facility should not be the key consideration anymore. You will try to attract you to go and visit all these places or to consider, right?
Yeah, because there's a lot of new considerations already. Like for example, how flexible are they in terms of their clause? If let's say suddenly I need to change numbers or I need to cancel, then how you see? So I think one of the good things that so in the end we decided to go with Park Royal Marina Bay. So Park Royal, at least they are a hotel group. So this is something that I realized that because they are a group of hotel, right? So they host a lot of weddings at different locations. So their frequency is very high and they adapt very fast to the new rules come out. New rules come out 1 week, right? Then they already implement the measures already.
So just to share with us, right? So how many hotels or so how many locations you have visited before you actually finally chosen this Park Royal?
I don't know. I think we lost count already.
Yeah.
Free advertisement for Park Royal now.
Yeah, right? Maybe got 20. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think it's important because that time, like for example, they suddenly say that everyone needs to do PCR test if you're not vaccinated. So a lot of hotels, I mean, from what I heard from my friends, is that they ask them to go do at their own clinics. Then the people who are hosting the bride and groom also have to try and manage all the different clinics, different costs and all that. So we were very worried. So we went to ask our hotel, now got this thing, what's happening? So they tell us that, actually for them, right, they already got outsourced the clinic, shortlisted the clinics to come into their hotel to conduct it in their function room. So that means it's very smooth. Your guests come, go inside function room, do the test, go to the next room, wait for 30 minutes, then all go in the banquet already. And all is subsidized at like a bulk order rate.
All in the package, with the doctor all standby there.
Yeah. So that's one good thing.
Yep.
Then I think there's another consideration also. For example, sometimes when we want to host a lot of people, right?
Yes.
Then you'll naturally think that, I need a big space to host.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
That will come to our come to our mind first for the
but
space.
You know what I realized so far? There's something more important than the space.
Is it?
You know what is it or not?
Maybe it's ventilation because you talk about COVID, right? Wild guess.
Okay, the space is one thing, right? But I realized that actually the number of doors also matter a lot.
Number of doors.
How many doors you have? Because nowadays COVID, right? They want to split it into zones.
I see.
So most places, even they have a very big room, right? And they only got 2 doors. They only can have 2 zones.
Yeah. Oh.
So if they want to have 4 zones, then all the people need to stagger their timing to go inside because they only can share the 2 doors.
I see.
So thank God that we didn't plan it at first because we don't know about this, but just nice the ballroom that we choose, they actually have 6 doors.
Oh.
So the space, right, actually they can split up into 6 zones. So even now it's not really being affected.
Okay, so that means now today the consideration is actually to house how many people is actually the zone that count. Correct?
Yeah, because now they control by zone. It's like either 100 people per zone or 50 people per zone.
Usually you'll be more concerned about the main door where the bride will walk in.
Yeah.
The rest you will not consider in the past.
Yeah, because most people, they will care about like how they will walk in through the center door.
Correct.
But then now the fact that it could actually affect the people that you invite is a huge difference.
Correct. So it's a good tips for the rest. Door is important now today. Okay. Okay, so just to summarize what you have shared earlier on for this question, right? So, in terms of choosing location, to those young couple outside is preparing now, don't just think about fancy, nice looking, about the cost. Actually, now one of the considerations, what Ben said, the doors, the COVID resistance
How
measure,
COVID resistant is the
which is
place.
very important now. So you have to think through if government tighten the gathering measure, all this, and how to react with it. So you have to put this all into consideration. Okay. So now the next question to Liz. So the next important thing is for the ladies, which is the photo shoot. Okay, because the guy may not mind so much, but it's the ladies that actually very 一生一次, right? Correct. So how you come to choose or consider which bridal so-called company or whatever photographer that you will choose on your so-called wedding shoot?
Okay, for this, right, actually, disclaimer first, both me and Ben are actually very 随便 one. So I don't think you can compare us to the general, people who would probably put in a lot more effort for their photo shoot. But basically what happened was our main concern is we wanted something that we can just settle everything at one place. So it would be, if we want to go to one place, we want to do everything, photography, videography, gown rental, makeup, everything one
all
shot.
In one.
All in one,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, but the current marketplace is there's actually a lot of vendors out there doing freelance. And their marketing themselves is crazy because on Instagram they are super famous and they charge quite premium rates. But of course the photos that they take are probably more premium, more special. But for us, we went with the safer choice, which is a bridal studio, because the fact that they could kind of provide us with a sense of security by giving us a one-person coordinator. So if there's any issue, we can just go and complain to one person. Yeah, and also as you said, COVID, right? We want this to be COVID resistant also. So for example, if let's say they suddenly come out with new regulation and then photo shoot can only have 2 people but must wear masks and all that, and then if you want to reschedule, most people, if their schedules are quite tight, popular photographers, they might not necessarily allow you to.
I see.
So with a bridal studio, the fact that you got the power of complaining, so they were actually quite, I found that they are much more responsive to these type of changes.
I see.
Yeah.
So usually people have impression that, okay, you go bridal, so-called all the package, right? It's much more expensive comparing to a la carte. I don't know what's the market rate nowadays. So maybe you can share a little bit. Actually, you all went through this. So how the cost and also what's the pro and cons selecting between these two?
I would say bridal studios that are high range ones and of course the more affordable ones. So it actually starts from what type of gowns are you looking for? Are you looking for international gowns? Are you looking for locally made? Or are you looking for the typical more 大众 type of gowns where you don't really are so particular? And then you look from the packages from there. Then they usually work with specific vendors. They could either have in-house photographers or they could actually have freelance photographers helping them. So the packages will range from there. So for us, the ones that we work with, they in-house everything. So we didn't have the issue of trying to go through other vendors from there.
I see. So they will take care, it's more like a personal assistant that they will settle everything for you, correct?
Yeah. That's
If you
correct.
don't have that guy, then I'll be the personal assistant.
Yes, most likely you'll be sitting there doing all the coordination, right? So there's a pro and con for sure for this to choose a bridal company, right? So it means a package will be at least it's lesser if the time is important to you. For sure, 2 of you, you don't want to spend time to go and search around. So a package would be a good choice.
Yeah, it's not just about searching, but it's also the point of contact that we actually all the scheduling is done through the bridal studio, so they will do all the internal arrangements.
Especially with
themselves.
COVID, right? You want to coordinate the different. Later, you don't know which guy got COVID or which guy got positive or what. Then you maybe.
Yeah, then we will.
It's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
actually, I want to share something very specific to this. So, from what I understand from the Telegram group, someone from our bridal studio, the makeup artist actually was contacted with a COVID positive, and then suddenly, that entire week, she could not take any of her prior appointments. So, if this were a one-man show, then jialat lah. Like, cause like don't know where to find the replacement suddenly, or probably need to reschedule very last minute. But because it's a bridal studio, right? They have like a catalog of makeup artists. So like for them, it's no issue for them to quickly sub in a new person. So that is one of the things that we were actually quite thankful for going with a bridal studio.
That's good. At least this is really COVID resistant. Yes. Okay, then talk about that. I believe, Liz, that beside that, I heard that the one actually serving you, right, have a very special touch because it's coming from the same hometown, correct?
Are you talking about my hotel coordinator?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, actually she is Malaysian. So the background behind this is, like Ben was saying, we went through a lot of hotels, and we wanted it to be COVID resistant and also flexible because plainly I am Malaysian, so I want my family to be here. During that point of time when we were looking around for hotels, like it was quite grim to kind of accept a reality where a chance my family might not even be here. But we shared this with a lot of coordinators, and surprisingly a lot of them would just say, "Aya, 就是这样咯." Like this is how it is, you cannot change. So I did feel a bit upset, but then you know, you just kind of move on, you accept. But then when I did meet this particular coordinator, she actually was very empathetic about our situation, and she also tried to provide certain solutions for us.
So you feel very 亲切感, right? It's like 同乡.
Yeah, it did feel like it was much easier to talk to her. And then like hotels aside, like I actually told Ben, like after that, like, because for us, we also want good value, so it's the entire package and everything. Then I told Ben, like, even if the package is not the best, I would want to go with this hotel because I want to work with her.
I see. Okay.
Basically, throughout the discussion, right, I'm just standing at the side, only both of them talking.
I think you like it. For guys, normally...
So it's very good. So every time they call it, I just say, hey, go and ask them. So I don't have to do anything.
Yes. It's good. That's why it's a good choice. For guys, we will definitely prefer this.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so next question is for Ben. So about the wedding photography, it's just beside this so-called 婚纱照. Beside that, you actually do outdoor, all this kind of photography, right? So maybe Ben can share a little bit about all this process.
Yeah, so the wedding photography, I think for ours, I mean, personally, I feel that I'm not like super happy about it. But because the thing is that we didn't know of the...
we had no expectation.
Yeah, we didn't know what was important in a wedding photography. So after that, I realized that because when we first chose the so-called the photographer that they let us choose, right? We looked by the photos that they take, and then we thought that, okay, this photo is not bad, the quality is not bad. Yeah, but it could be like maybe 300 photos and only that 40 photos is good.
Probably they take 10 days to do that.
Yeah, you know, so we just based on the quality of the photos, then we choose. But then we realized that actually what's important is on the day, right? Yeah. How does the person direct you when you are taking the photo is even more important.
It's how effective during the photo taking
yeah, because you are whole day out, then you are wearing a lot of things, then taking a lot of things, then you're very tired. So you need someone to actually make you laugh or do some activity together. Then they capture the fun shots in between.
Yes,
but ours, I felt that is very staged because they will ask us specifically to do. Like very not really directed lah. It's like not like no, for example, if I want to make her laugh, right? What will I do? I'll tell her a joke and then she laugh. I will capture it, right?
Correct.
Ours is like, oh, fake laugh, ha ha ha. I really cannot take it. So so that was something that I don't really like about it.
It's kind of brought us to the reality that actually is very fake. Like throughout the entire time. 来摸你老公的脸，摸你老公的脸，来摸老婆的手，摸老婆的手。
Yeah, then I realizing that then sometimes the picture we see, right? Then we feel that even we take ourselves, maybe we can frame it better. Also.
I see. So for young couples outside, take note of this point.
Yeah, really the photographer and the interaction of the photographer, getting to know them first before choosing them is important, not just from the quality of the pictures.
Of course, the photo maybe they already alter it for you to view and then to attract you.
Yeah, their show album.
True. Yeah. Okay, before we end our session today, so Liz and Ben, maybe you can share with us one tips, okay, on your weddings planning to the audience outside.
Okay. I think the most important thing now is it's important to choose what you like and something that is ideal because wedding is only once in a lifetime.
True.
But in today's context, I feel that it's also very important to basically pick somewhere that is very COVID resistance. Your plans will not change.
Yeah.
So how you determine it, right, is how you see is that basically how much the regulations were to change, right? How much of your plan do you need to change? That should be the question we should ask ourselves.
Okay, well, that's good tips. Okay, thank you very much, Liz and Ben, for your sharing today. So, beside wedding planning, right, for young couples planning for their weddings or the wedding banquets, so there's one more consideration which is most important one, also is the housing. So next week we will have Ben and Liz to come back to here again to share with us what is their so-called challenges and their so-called the way they actually plan their housings and how they look for the houses. Okay, so stay tuned and be with us again next Saturday, same time, 1:30. Okay, together with us to share on the young couples challenges on wedding planning. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks for having
See you
us.
next week.
See you next week. Stay tuned.